Anyway, and yard, and you name it, the dragon. Dragons supposedly were always like guarding like gold treasure, right? And I almost feel like somebody knows what is valuable to them, and it may have something to do with their home. It may have some, I'm laughing because I was just talking about like, me wanting to kind of like decorate my home, and because I'm still technically like moving, and it takes me quite a while to like get stuff right. However, let's expand on this. Somebody's got something that's important to them. It's very interesting because there's a little bit of something incognito here. 6 of Cups. Hold on. So is somebody literally holding on to something very precious? They've gone into almost hibernation mode. They've been protecting a soulmate, or protecting the idea of, because this is returning to a soulmate. This could be somebody who has been, they've tucked this thing away inside themselves. They've tucked away something very important, because the lair can refer to somebody's like heart space. It doesn't have to be like a physical home. It doesn't have to be, but this is something that is important to this person, and it turns out it is a soulmate, and it is the idea of returning to a soulmate after a time period where there's been a lot of healing with that 4 of Swords in the reverse. There's also been a lot of silence here. So we may have a King of Swords, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, someone who, they may be the one who's been silent, but they've been very seriously keeping the soulmate, the person that they want, the idea that I'm returning to this person, that may have been tucked inside their chest and inside their mind for a very long time, because King of Swords is a master of keeping things to themselves. It doesn't, in the upright, they're not liars. It's just they might have been keeping something important in their own heart, their mind, and they've been holding on to it. This person's almost home. We see a castle twice. Okay, so dragons get this bad rap, right, for being these fierce creatures. The person that they love, the person that this King of Swords loves, they may know that this person is an absolute, like, they can be ferocious, they can roar, but the qualities of a dragon, it's also like, if a dragon is on your side, they will protect you for, your entire life. There's nothing that they wouldn't do, because that's the whole nature. If they're choosing to be, like someone's dragon, that level of, like, this would be the most loyal partner ever. Is it someone who they also know is a formidable opponent if you're on their wrong side? Heck yeah. But this person is approaching the dragon, and the other flip side of this is that they themselves have protected the idea of this like a dragon, but they did it in this silent mode. So something got put on ice. This relationship was put on ice. Somebody has not come toward the person that they want, and they know that the person that they are finally going toward, they might wake the dragon and make the dragon upset, but it's almost like it's worth it, because, like, who doesn't want to be in love with a dragon? Like, I mean, what a powerful creature. So this King of Swords sees this individual, their soulmate, as this incredible creature. Keep in mind, they love this person. They're not actually afraid of this person. I mean, I'm sure that they're not looking forward to awakening the dragon, but it's also like, it's almost like they know this person could be ferocious, but they also are so sweet and they're so loving. So we have two sides. We have the 3 of Wands sideways, and we have the 10 of Wands. Wait, 10 of Wands? Sorry, 2 of Wands. I was like, that was the 10 of Wands. My apologies. This person knows I'm approaching the dragon's lair. I've held on to this for so long. There's been so much silence. There had been times where they were at a crossroads, not knowing when this can happen, because this is all about looking into the future. At this point in time, they still don't know what the future holds, okay? But they're at a point where it's like, I can see the castle. The thing is, soulmates are equals. So this person, they have been a dragon as well. The only thing is, they've been protecting the memory of this person or the relationship by not telling anybody else about it, or holding on tightly to their soulmate and not breathing a word of this person to protect them while they dealt with their battles. So this person, our King of Swords, has been a dragon about protecting the relationship with this person, but they in turn know that their lover, the one that view as their soulmate, they too are a dragon. They too would be protective, and they might right now be protective of themselves against this King of Swords if this King of Swords has been gone and in silence for a long time. Now, keep in mind, the King of Swords had a bunch of crap to deal with. A bunch of crap. Tell me, what were they dealing with?
Don't do that. You said you don't
Part of me doesn't even want to know. I want to know more about... we're not really going to get an answer because, I mean, pages can be children. It can be things that this is a tidal wave of emotion. This is too much to try to describe. This is something that they both want to apologize for. They want to break down and cry, and they want to express all this emotion. They want to, start this love relationship, and all of it is like this King of Swords they have locked this up. In fact, they've locked up all three of these cards that came out sideways. This is the area of, like, I don't even think that they could let themselves hope for a future. I don't think they could let themselves deal with the emotions in regards to everything they've been going through, and in regards to, can I get back to this love of my life? This was all sideways for a reason, because I feel like they literally just said, these are things I cannot answer right now. I cannot deal with right now. So everything that they've been dealing with, they have literally, it would like overwhelm them if they didn't compartmentalize, which, by the way, that's something that this king is really good at doing. If they didn't compartmentalize it, they would have been overwhelmed by a tidal wave. And it's like they had to complete whatever these tasks were, that 10 of Wands. They had to finish everything. And they couldn't let themselves be emotional yet, even to the point where they couldn't be emotional with the person that they loved, their soulmate. So instead, they held on to that memory and they locked it in some little room in their brain and they protected that. They didn't tell anybody that there's a person that I love and there's a person I am going back to that castle where they are. And they are a dragon, and I know I'm going to have to face them at that point. But that is my happy thing that I hold on to. Tell me about our dragon. Oh, wow. No wonder they love this person. A Queen of Cups who is also so peaceful and so balanced. Anyone who is really balanced and wants to be fair, that also typically means I ain't putting up with stuff that isn't fair. So we have I can be calm and I can be the most loving, most giving, and I can be understanding, but I will also say I will be fair, but when something is unfair, you best believe there's my dragon. I will protect you, but don't think I'm a pushover. This person is not a pushover. No wonder this King of Swords loves her so much. She brings a sense of peace to them, even as they know darn well that they put her on ice. They held on to this memory, though, of who she is and the importance of her in their life, even though they did not come toward her until, well, I think it's about to happen. But this is love makes us strong. Being fair and balanced, that Temperance card makes us strong, kind and strong. And some of the people sometimes think that a loving individual or a fair individual, might be easily manipulated. Oh no, don't think they're in our dragon. This person will give people the benefit of the doubt at first. They will treat people fairly, and they won't even get enraged because it's hey, I can't change how people behave. But if somebody comes at this person or really tries to in a really overt and unfair way attack them or attack their family, this is the kind of person who can probably shout and yell pretty loud. If they need to, they have a much stronger backbone. And this king knows this about this queen. I think this is kind of sweet. They know she's nobody's doormat. She's super loving, and the depth of loyalty and devotion is bone deep. But she also has the ability to say her truth, to stand up for herself, but she'll always do it fair. She doesn't sucker punch. So they know that she has that capability, but she's also completely sweet and completely loving and fair. So if she's mad about something that they already know. She has every right to be, but they also know that even when she's mad, it doesn't mean that she doesn't love. So there's somehow this King of Swords hit the jackpot with this soulmate. Tell me about them. By the way, they're holding the falcon here. And this is flying over the mountains. I feel like this may be communication coming in. There's our, well, in this case, it's a hawk. Ooh, they're stepping into the dragon's lair. The shadow side and the Ace of Pentacles. The rest of this truth is that, yeah, I held back because I had a mess. I had so much, and this could have been all kinds of issues that they had to deal with at a personal level. It's just life can get in the way. So there was a ton. I mean, the shadow side encompasses everything, every fear, every thought that is negative, as well as every tangible thing, and sometimes other people's stuff that gets swirled in with our own. So this king had, I mean, the truth is they dealt with like not just one thing, but another and another and another, and possibly other people's drama as well. And I'll say the word drama, but I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. I'm saying, you know, drama is things that elicit, like, you know, our attention. Tell me about, what do they want now with this soulmate, with their dragon, their lovable dragon? What do they want? They want to start over. We've got a Page of Pentacles. They want to have a goat and a garden with someone that they love. They want to give. They want their partner to give to them. This is like a magnolia tree too, so really sweet smelling. There's something amazing. They want a peaceful life. It's not fighting. The Five of Wands is we have to get through the things that have to change, which is like the hurt in here has to come out. That means we have to hear it, and because here's the dragons in the sky howling at each other. It might even be something almost, I'm gonna laugh when I say this, but it's almost like, it could be a mixed bag of, you know, I want this with you, and that the dragon responds, yeah, I want that with you too. And they show up and get there, and then it's like, okay, we still have to fight because I'm still really upset over you put me on ice. I want to know every detail, and there's a ton that we're going to have to yell. But it's almost like these two are like holding hands while they're having, you know, it's interesting because these two already are committing to each other, to changing their life, to coming in, to building a life together. And that part is secured first, and then we say, okay, and now let's talk about all the hurt that was caused, you know. But these two begin with, yes, I love you, yes, I want you. That part's not in question. Yes, we're together. You know, most storylines have like characters that they hash stuff out first. These two are like, I'll be in your arms in an instant now that I can be. And the dragon is responding with, yes, get here immediately. And then I'm going to yell at you. But I'm also so glad that your arms are around me. It's that kind of vibe. So it's I don't know, I guess the Five of Wands is practice. And it is hashing things out, and it's thinking about things, and it's understanding things, and it's finding understanding, because there is a lot that happened that has not been expressed or explained. There's a lot that has to be dealt with. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Fives are numbers of change, and we have two fives here. This says, yes, we have to hash this out, but the big thing is I gotta feel like you never really did leave me. Like, if this situation that this king went through, they have a lot to explain, and they have a lot to reassure their dragon that they didn't ever actually leave their dragon. Yes, they were apart, but they didn't leave their dragon, if that makes sense. Again, they protected their dragon. And there is something that heals this incredible rift. This is the change that has to happen. There has to be lots of dialogue. There has to even be, like, you know, some fire breathing, you know, upset here that when they talk, because the dragon got hurt. The dragon obviously got hurt, and they're coming back to life. And this king already knows. I know that I'm going to get an earful, but I also know this person is an amazing person. I also know they love me, and I love them, you know, madly. So we have a complicated relationship that actually is a really powerful one in this storyline. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's healthy. I'm not saying it's how it's supposed to be. I don't get to pick cards or tell what story I want things to be. I only can tell the stories that pop out. But in this one, I think that's understandable, that life can get really complicated and things don't go perfect, and people don't necessarily deal with things in the way we would want them to, but it also, there is, in this storyline, there is very true love. And there has been a lot, and I don't know what all the other details are in this mess, but there was a lot that happened, and there's a lot that still has to be worked through. But the big message here is that there is a love that never went away. I don't know if I've explained that very well, if I've mangled it, but I did my best.